What's up, football cousins? How you guys doing? Sorry, it's been a while. We haven't been around. Robbie's been busy, and myself as well. But we're back. We're back. We are back. We're back for football. You know how we do it here. And I have the best man here. Oh man, Teddy. You're making your debut on football cousins. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to
Oh,
make
good.
my debut on Football Cousins. So I'm excited to be on board. Yeah,
Oh man,
talk
good to
football,
have you,
man.
bro. Good to have you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
How's
it.
life been, man? We haven't caught up in a long time. I'm just wondering what you've been up to. Anything good regarding football?
No, just coaching, man. But I was in a car accident 2 weeks
Oh,
ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. But obviously on the up now, so much better now compared to before.
yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, man, just football coaching non-stop and just
Oh,
work. So
oh
yeah,
man, I'm sincerely sorry about your accident. I never heard that, and I just got chatted with you recently. I didn't get to hear
yeah.
that, but I'm glad you're
Keep it
doing
low
good,
key, man.
bro.
Keep it low key.
I know. I'm glad you're doing good. You're
Yeah,
doing
that's
good.
good.
Right, we'll be delving into Arsenal and Manchester City. Of course, the rivalry between these two clubs is growing really stronger and stronger. It's been really tough over the last few seasons, especially the last four seasons between these two clubs. But they've got a big, gigantic news about Arsenal being linked with Kvaratskhelia. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name, but I've got to tell you, it's such an exciting news. How do you feel about that?
I mean, isn't that the same each year? There's always links to this and that. Like, it's Arsenal, man. I don't see it happening, to be honest. Like, I'd be very surprised if it was to happen. It'd be very exciting if it did happen. He's a class player and something I think we'll need a type of player we'll need in our team. But realistically, I mean, how many links does Arsenal always get links with? So if it happens, amazing. If it doesn't happen, it's just standard Arsenal stuff, bro. So
I've got a
yeah.
feeling. I've got a feeling there's a substance to this story. You know how Arsenal operates, especially since the arrival of Mikel Arteta. I think they've been specific with the kind of signings they make. When they get linked with a player consistently, especially a big player, you over time you realize actually, yeah, there was genuinely made contact, or even if they didn't get it over the line, but you just see that they actually pursued the player. I think this is one of those stories or rumors that I feel will materialize probably before the World Cup.
Mhm.
I understand that Fabrizio Romano recently confirmed this interest and confirmed that Arsenal are actually genuinely pushing to get this deal done at the end of the
Oh,
season.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's news to me. I
yeah,
mean, that's obviously a bit more legit now that he's obviously shared it.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly. And this actually signals the departure of someone on that left flank for Arsenal between Martinelli and Trossard. I mean, I see that happening. One of them, it was rumored that one of them was likely going to leave before the season commenced last summer. But now it's more looking likely that one of them will leave alongside Gabriel Jesus. Between these two players, who do you think is more likely to leave?
it has to be Trossard. I think what it'd be 30 or 31 next year. So
But
I think
32,
it
I
makes
think so.
yeah, realistically, I think it makes more sense for him to, hang the boots up and go somewhere else. Yeah, he's been fundamental for the club and everything he's done. But I think realistically, I mean Martinelli's only 20, like 24, 25.
Yeah,
So obviously you keep him and then Trossard, who's in his 30s, you'll sell him and then new players come in. So balance the books out with
yeah.
a younger age of players compared to older group of players.
Mm. I think, in my opinion, I think keeping Martinelli would be based on financial reasons. I think his market value, of course, he's younger. You can still sell him and get more, bigger money out of him.
Mhm.
But in my opinion, if it's all based on football, I think Trossard for me is more actually productive than Martinelli. I mean, I still think Martinelli's got a lot to give Arsenal, especially when he's on that wing. He provides a lot of defensive covers. But But when it comes to being like efficient in that position, I think Trossard is a little more tricky than Martinelli in terms of being as a natural winger. What do you think?
Yeah, you're definitely right what you said about that because it's two different players. You know, Martinelli's giving you the energy on the flanks, defensive
Yeah,
work rate, up and down, like just a workhorse, and then
yeah,
Trossard's just the brains, smart movements off the ball,
yeah,
finding pockets of spaces, attacking players, losing players. But Martinelli's more just that that electrifying speed that he
yeah,
offers you
yeah,
and that defensive ability he offers you because he's young, which makes
yeah,
sense. Whereas Trossard's, he's 30. And that's never been Trossard's part of Trossard's game. So he's not one of those players that's going to be up and down
yeah,
trying to beat players with speed and stuff like that. So it makes, yeah, you definitely right what you said. I mean, realistically, my style of football, if I'd pick one, I'd pick Trossard because obviously I think on the ball he offers a lot more.
more, yeah,
Um, but again, realistically, when you're looking at it from a club's perspective of view, is when you got a guy who's 25, 20, 24, 25 over a guy who's 30,
yeah,
market value again, who's going to offer you more in the long term? A guy who's in the mid 20s or a guy in his 30s?
yeah,
It makes no
100%.
sense.
I totally agree. I think it makes sense in that sense. Now, both of us being Arsenal fans, and this is a very real question because I've spoken with a lot of people on this show, and Robbie and I we talked about this. I said, look, I'm not gonna go on full out to say, hey, Arsenal is gonna win the league until it's mathematically impossible to catch Arsenal. Now, I know this is a very difficult question. You think this is the year?
I definitely think this is a year. Yeah, I definitely think this is a year. If I mean
Oh,
7 games to go, like
I know.
last
I
coming
know.
second the last 3 years, like surely like this is a nail in the coffin where actually we actually win it. And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean I'm 100% confident the boys will win it.
I
If they
I
don't
am
win it,
too. I think
if they don't win it, if they don't win it, I might have to stay away
oh
from
my
football,
God.
man. I don't know. Like the group chat roast, yeah, I don't know.
Oh man, it's gonna be the most devastating thing
Yeah,
ever that's ever happened. Like, I don't know, but I think my confidence is growing really, really stronger and stronger as the games continue to, wind down. I
yeah,
feel there is a sense of belief among these players, this group of players. They seem to understand what is at stake, and they're not listening to social media um, talk and all of that, and all this noise about set piece and all how you play and all this. It looks like they shut their ears, and even they are trolling back, say, "Oh, we want to score more set piece goals," and that's the energy you want to get from our team at this moment. But then it takes us to the list of injuries, coming out from these international break. Some players, especially Arsenal first team players, pulling out from their national duties and returning back to London. Zubimendi being the latest one. But then you have like a list of players. This is incredible. I have let me run through it. Have you have Mikel Merino, Martin Odegaard, of course, he's been injured with Merino. But then you have Leandro Trossard, Nani Madueke, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Piero Hincapié, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Zubimendi, Urian Timber, Eberechi Eze. I think the only player missing here is Gyökeres from the injury
yeah.
list of Arsenal. It's incredible.
I mean, really, it's like let's be honest. It's obviously all just club
Yeah,
orders for the players to not bother playing international friendly games. And to me, it makes no sense.
yeah,
7 games left. Why risk it? Why take the
yeah,
chance? Just for friendly games.
yeah.
It's a no-brainer that there's no
I
point.
agree.
We need the players need that break just to whether it's a couple of days
Yeah,
or week and a half or so, just to trying to get recoup and get some more energy back, and then really push for the next 7 games because the next 7 games we need everyone on board at 100%, and you
yeah,
can't really risk the chance of having injuries from friendly international games
yeah.
like so. But I don't really believe in that all that. I don't really believe in the list of all the injured players. I think it's all just the club orders.
Yeah,
So I'll be very surprised if there's actually players who were injured from that list, like actually properly injured and actually
yeah,
miss games.
yeah. I
I don't
agree.
know.
I agree. I think the only player I feel is genuinely injured might be Noni Madueke because that happened at the pitch for
Yeah,
England.
and he got subbed off as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
with his
and he got
knee.
subbed off as well. It might be a minor knock, and I hope that's what it is. That he returns probably next few days. He gains his fitness, but yeah, I don't see anything wrong with where Arsenal is going about it. It's happened in the past. Other coaches at different clubs have all done it
Mm.
in the past. Arsene Wenger actually did it as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
um, it's not a new thing. But moving forward, we I don't know, the news about Manchester City potentially losing 60 points from the ongoing, I don't know how to even put that, the 115 charges.
Allegations.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. How do you see this playing out?
I mean, I think money talks.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I'm gonna say. A lot of money talks. I think from a neutral perspective of things, I think realistically, keep things fair. You've got teams like Everton and Forest losing points or being deducted points throughout the
yeah,
season. I think the way I see it is make things,
yeah,
fair for everyone else. So I think obviously points, yes, relegations as well. Yes, I think if they've broken the rules, they've broken the rules, just how it
yeah,
is. Same thing if Arsenal were to do the same thing, I'd all be for Arsenal, losing
yeah,
points and getting
100%, yeah,
relegated. Because
100%.
fair play. But again, the biggest thing is the value that Man City has for the league and football. It
Yeah,
outweighs them getting relegated. Because imagine Man City playing championship football. Like it's not really a good look for the EPL or world football. So
oh my
and the amount of
God.
money they have, like the owners. So it's yeah.
Uh,
I I don't see them getting relegated,
I don't see
but
that either.
even the points, like I don't know, even the points things, I don't see it happening because it's been what two
Yeah,
years, nearly 3 years now,
yeah. I
and it's
think
still an ongoing
so.
issue.
It's all dated back to 4 seasons now. So, and that includes the seasons they won Premier League. I think more than
Yeah,
4 seasons. So that includes the season they won some Premier League titles and other league
yeah.
titles. And the implication of this is actually bigger than most people imagine. The charges of Manchester United is different from what Chelsea's experienced. We'll come to that later, but. The thing is, the obstruction of investigation from Manchester City is actually the biggest problem there. They have a system to deliberately obstruct investigation of them, obstruct being investigated or being exposed. That's where you expect the maximum punishment because, and someone did say this. I think it was Teddy Flewers. I was watching his show recently, and he did brought up some evidence to this, and I realized the fact that okay, you are actually stopping investigations into this. I think is the biggest problem here, and the precedent they set this time will go a long way in future. And this is also some people talking about the idea of taking taking politics away from football because when you have some strong political figures in probably in one certain country, Arab country or anywhere, I don't want to mention any country, but when they come over to England to buy a football club and then they have the strong political ties with the government, it's important to stop this kind of individuals. Premier League, they're going to look at okay, what is the impact of this decision on the British economy? And you see where politics begins to come in, and then you begin to be a bit more lenient, and then another club looks at it and say, okay, if they could get away with it, why can't we do that? Why can't we get away with it? So that's where I believe they will have to come out really strong on this and take a decision that will change a lot of things in Premier League. I really believe so.
I mean, yeah, 100%. That's the way they should operate, and keep things 100% for how keep the standards high and
Yeah,
hold everyone accountable. But again, like the value City brings to the league and the world
Yeah,
football. Like it's just so much that,
it's
and again,
stupid.
money talks because they can just say, "Oh, this and that, we'll pay this and that," and next thing you know, it's just a case closed.
Yeah,
I think, and the fact that it's been such an ongoing issue for such a long time, because think
yeah.
about it, 115 charges. That's a lot of charges, and the fact that it's taken them this long to come to a conclusion,
Mm.
like, what's the hold up? Like,
Yeah.
just solve
Why?
the issue and get it over and done with. Like, it shouldn't be taking them, 2, 3 years to come to a
To
conclusion.
get it done,
If they
I
get,
agree.
yeah, if they get found out that they haven't done anything wrong or they haven't broken any rules, or if they've broken some rules, that fair enough. Get it. At least we know, like, obviously they've broken some rules, they haven't broken any rules, they're innocent or they're
Yeah,
guilty. But the fact that it's taking them this long, it's a bit of a concern because to me, I'm just thinking like, what's the hold up and what's the delay?
yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. I think that that's the problem because this is gonna go down really in history. Whatever
Yeah,
decision
so-
they come out with is gonna be a, a big, big,
but the
big.
one thing, the one thing I don't understand though is how come they're able to make signings?
Yeah, exactly.
How does that work? That's one thing I'm very confused about because they're under
Yeah.
investigation, but yet they're still operating as if they're clean.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why you look at the way Premier League operate. Like I don't understand the whole standard. Okay, Chelsea recently. Let's talk about them too and make comparison. Chelsea recently came out. It was self-reported. They actually investigated themselves and reported that they've done this under the previous owners, and
Yeah,
um, and of course they get punishment you would expect. I actually criticized that kind of punishment. But then we look at it from a legal perspective that when you self like come out to the court and say, I am guilty, you get a bit of a leniency in your punishment, and I think that's what they got 1 year ban and then a figure of 10 point something million
yeah,
pounds. Now, in the case of Manchester City, when the fact that they were being charged and then they're still making transfers like no issues, like, oh, no problem, we got this, that's where you look at how powerful this club is, how powerful the owners are to be able to pull this off and making crazy transfers in January, both January transfer windows. I don't I don't get it. It's
I
just,
mean, what? Nearly $500 million spent in 12 months.
yeah, in
Like,
12 months. Wow. Wow.
so
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Finally, before we go, what is your so give it 100%. What do you say? Arsenal winning the Premier League and Champions League or not?
I'd say 100% 100% league title and
Yeah.
then Champions League. It's tough, man. Tough. Like
Tough, yeah.
PSG looking good.
Yeah.
I think I think we can make finals or semi-finals.
Yeah.
Um, but winning the UCL, I'll probably say 60%.
Yep.
Yeah, 60, 70%.
Here's my prediction. Arsenal, I would go out and say, okay, Arsenal most likely 90%, in my opinion, will win the Premier League. But then Champions League, I would say if we make it to the finals, boy oh boy, I'm telling you, Arsenal wins. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It'd be great if we could obviously make, Champions League final and win it. That'd be amazing. Top off the year. But yeah, it's just the experience, man. That Champions League experience, being in the final,
Yeah,
like it's a different ball game, and especially just the one game where it's win or die. Like,
I
you know,
know. I know.
it'd be great, but nonetheless, though, it'd be a great experience to, see the boys lift the trophy and win both the league and the UCL.
Yeah,
I think, and that's the thing. I think once we win a league or once we win a title, like a really, you know, well-respected title like the league or the UCL, I
yeah,
think it's going to set up for it's going to set the boys up in the club for
Yeah,
bigger things, better players want to come to the club. And I think the ambition from the players will just grow more and more. The experience will be there because, they've experienced winning the league, winning the UCL. They know how it feels. They know what they have to do. So I think it'd be a starting point to
great at things.
help the club and help the players get that confidence to actually compete every year for titles. So yeah.
100%. That's where we draw the curtains. Thank you, Teddy, for coming, making your debut on
Appreciate
the
it.
Football Cousins.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it,
brother.
man. Thanks for having
Thank
me,
you.
man. Have a good
Thank you,
one.
brother. And you, Football Cousins, thank you for being part of this. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comment in the comment section. And of course, share this video. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.